Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're going to be watching another video. Again, just another random one that popped up on my home feed. I know my to react playlist is like 150 videos long right now, but I don't know, just something about just finding a random video is enticing to me. And this is the random video we're going to be watching today. Why Kamala Harris Could Be Dangerous for India by the Sham Sharma podcast. Now, the reason why I want to watch this video is solely because of just the the wild evil Kamala Harris thumbnail. I think this is kind of crazy. I'm interested to see what exactly they mean by this. I also wanted to watch this Drew Vrothy video, "The Dark Truth About Fruit Juices: Court Cases Against Me." Drew court cases against him. Wait, what? I thought this was a video about how like fruit juice is bad because the high sugar content. But this is also court cases against me. Why does he have court cases against him? I kind of want to watch that even more. I'm gonna watch this video as well. And yes, I know. Listen, I know. A lot of my fans on that are subscribed to the channel, they don't like Drew Vrothy. But here, you got to look at it from my perspective. You got to look at it from my perspective, okay? I am a centrist. I like to look at things apolitically. I the style of reaction I like to do is to watch, react, say what I want to say something that could oppose what they are saying, or say something that could agree with what they're saying, right? So you don't necessarily have to agree or like the person you're reacting to. I don't know why I'm explaining myself. I just felt like I needed to. Whenever Drew Vrothy is brought up, it's like there's a huge divide, right? A massive, massive divide. And I'm sure with this the Sham Sharma podcast as well, because I posted this image on my Discord, and it's like, oh, those guys are right wingers, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch them just because this thumbnail is intriguing. So yeah, we're gonna watch why Kamala Harris could be dangerous for India. The link to this video will be in the description down below, so make sure to go check that out. And without further ado, let's get into it.
And regarding US only, talking about US elections,
Oh,
especially
hold on. This is actually like a legit like a podcast. Okay, I thought this would be like an edited video, but no, it's okay. It's a podcast. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine listening to a podcast. Sure, that's always fun.
the debate that happened between Biden and Trump, like, I don't know
Yeah.
how do you put in words what happened there.
Okay. So probably literally the worst presidential debate of all time, the performance wise. Yeah, this Biden and Trump debate. When did it happen? It happened like 2 months ago, like June, like late June, early July. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. But yeah, the performance that Biden put out was horrendous. It was so bad that it even had people in his own political party calling for him to drop out of the race, and that did lead to Kamala Harris stepping up to be the presidential nominee. Again, I feel like the Democrats should have had like I don't know, like an election or something to decide who their candidate is, but everyone just went with Kamala Harris. I don't know.
What it was.
I'm not an American. I live here, but I'm not an American citizen. So, I was
Okay.
kind of watching it from like an outside looking in a little bit, and it was just hilarious. While my wife, she's American, so she was like losing her mind. She's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? this is this is our president, man. He can't even talk. What the hell's going on?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"तुम ही ने वोट दिया यार. अब enjoy करो. इतना क्या दुखी हो रही हो?"
Yeah, and even comparison to जो इनकी debate हुई थी 2020 में, this was like
Yeah,
completely different. There were points that
totally
Biden
different.
was giving. He was giving rebuttals to Trump again and again कि ये भाई तू यहाँ गलत है. इस वक्त तो कुछ था ही नहीं. ये तो अपने आप को ही
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put subtitles on. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. I can't get any subtitles to work, so we're gonna use context clues, and hopefully they speak mostly in English because I cannot get the subtitles to work. I've been sitting here for a little while trying to get it to work, and it's just not working. So yeah.
Trump
Exactly.
Trump अपनी
Even though
yeah.
whatever horse steroids that they've been given Biden, those are not working anymore, sadly.
And let some go juice they've been pumping up with him whenever he has to go out and do a little public speak. That was a theory that everyone had, that they were like giving him something, some sort of medicine, something to make him seem more normal. But I just think he's an old man. I don't think necessarily they were, drugging him so he would have a better performance. I legit just think he's an 80-year-old man. And it shows, and he should just be retired somewhere, which hopefully, after this he just goes and retires and lives with his family that's not in jail, because I think his son is like in jail now. His son's a felon. You know what, politicians always have strange families. Yeah, anyways.
But do you feel there is someone behind this, putting Biden in that image where he is automatically being positioned as this person who is, a weak president? Do you feel that?
Well, they got him to step down, right? Because
Yeah.
they saw that Biden is he's gone mentally. He's gone. He's like the uncle in what's that movie, Weekend at Bernie's. He's like the
Weekend at Bernie's. Wasn't Bernie dead in that movie? I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that. Um, yeah, I think potentially that it was I don't know. It almost felt like it was designed and pushed by the Democratic Party to get Biden out of there. I don't know. I don't think a lot of them had faith in him, to begin with. So
uncle in Weekend at Bernie's, where there are these two guys that are just carrying
Huh.
him around and moving his hands and moving his legs and
wasn't he
moving his
dead?
head,
I don't know.
stuff
I
like
haven't
that.
seen that movie
So
in so long.
he's like the uncle from Weekend at Bernie's, or that dead guy from Jaane Bhi Do Yaro movie. If people will get that Indian reference.
I didn't get
So
it.
he's like that guy. So they're like, yeah, he's too far gone. He's not going to win against Trump, and even the people now know that he's too far gone. So we have to do something right away. So that's why they positioned Kamala. Now, my wife has a theory, and some people in India has a theory where they're like, this could have been a strategy by the Democrats, where they're like, what we're going to do is we're going to let Biden run half the campaign. We're going to let Trump get overconfident
Okay.
that Biden's going to be his opponent, and they're going to prepare for Biden. They're going to spend millions and millions of dollars running ads for Biden, against Biden. And then in the middle of the campaign, they'll get rid of Biden and then install Kamala.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, I was saying the same thing just a little bit ago. They kind of make sense.
And so Trump's campaign will not
We're almost halfway through this video, this clip. It's only 6 minute 45-second clip, and we still don't know why Kamala Harris is dangerous for India. But maybe because I'm pausing too much.
have enough time to prepare for Kamala's campaign. They will have already spent millions of dollars on anti-Biden ads, so they have millions of dollars down the drain. They'll have to
It doesn't matter. These political parties, they make hundreds of millions of dollars. It doesn't matter.
scramble, spend another millions of dollars to create anti-Kamala ads, and so they'll be at a huge disadvantage going into the elections. This is a little bit of a conspiracy theory that's going around in the US right now.
Sounds like
I
a
don't know how true it is.
sounds like a proper US political thriller Netflix series to
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
I could see it.
Exactly. It's like
I think there's even a show called like Veep that is on HBO. Um, I saw I don't watch it, right? Like I really necessarily watch TV, but I was watching Bill Maher this last Friday, and there was an ad for this Veep show. And it basically was a pseudo Kamala Harris telling her staffers that she's going to be the president, or she's going to be the presidential candidate, but not to tell everybody. And everyone was all excited for her and stuff like that. And it felt like, I don't know, like it was making fun of the whole situation. So I think there already is necessarily like a thriller esque series going on about it.
Trump was playing regular chess while the Democrats were playing 4D chess.
Yeah.
So now Kamala is in charge. So
Huh.
let's see, and she's doing well in the polls. She's in certain polls she's even ahead of Trump. So who knows?
The polls don't matter. Listen, okay, they pull up the polls, they bring up the polls, but these polls absolutely do not matter. the amount of people that are polled in these polls is so minute and minuscule. We're talking like thousands of people in a country with 300 million people. Yeah, the 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 10,000 people even getting polled. It's not going to be an accurate representation of the actual, potential voting populace. It's just these polls are nonsensical, and they're so biased as well because typically it's a biased news source that runs these polls, or it's only done in like a certain area. So like if you were to go into like LA, right, do the LA Times have the LA Times run a poll on who's going to be the president, and they poll people, 1,000 people in LA, you're probably going to get like 80% Kamala Harris, right? But if you go to I don't know, like a Nashville, Tennessee, or something like that, and you poll there, it's gonna be like 80% Trump. These polls don't matter.
Knows what happens.
Yeah, and
It's not a shoe-in for Trump anymore. That's for sure.
also
No,
Trump has
I
been
don't think so.
continuously saying that, if he's not going to come to power, World War III is on the way and it's gonna happen and all of that.
Yeah,
So how do you
yeah.
connect with that thought of Trump?
I mean, it's tricky, Some people will buy into it, but I don't think a majority of Americans will resonate with that because a lot of people will, some hardcore right wingers, hardcore Republicans will resonate with it,
Hmm.
but I don't know um, how strong of a message that is for like the average American.
It's
I
not.
think a lot of people are running on, the Democrats are running on restore basic human decency, reduce the cost of living, reduce the cost of groceries, reduce the cost of gas.
The Republicans are running on that too, though. That's the thing, because the Republicans are running on that, saying it's Biden's fault for the past 4 years that the inflation is so increased, and the Democrats are running that it's COVID's fault that the inflation was increased. So they're both trying to fix the inflation, fix the core issues in the U.S., right? But they're just blaming different things. And here's the truth. Here's the truth, guys. When it comes down to it, these political parties are so beyond similar, right? You have your fringes, sure. You're gonna have your fringe left, you're gonna have your fringe right, that are gonna be exact polar opposites, and they're gonna be bickering and fighting. And that's who you see bickering and fighting online on places like Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, whatever, wherever it is. But if you get to like the core basis of each political party, they're going to be the same, right? Like your Democrats, your core Democrats, and your core Republicans, they're only going to budge on a few issues, right? And some of them might even agree with some of the things from either party, but they're so close to the center that doesn't even matter. But it's all a show, right? It truthfully is.
Make things affordable for people.
Hmm.
Let's get back to a level of normalcy. Let's get away from the craziness and
Hmm.
the attacks and things
Hmm.
like that. And I think that might resonate with people. So, and this is what Trump and his campaign should probably be looking at as well.
They are, like I said, they are. They're going at it in a narrative of blaming Biden, blaming the Democrats for causing inflation. And then I will say, inflation has been a real ass kicker. Like if you go to the store, I've noticed things that I buy now that are 2.5 to 3%, or 3 times, not 3%. God, I wish it was only 3%, but it was like it's 2 times, 3 times as expensive as it was like 3 years ago, even. Right? It is actually insane how crazy expensive things are. And if you even look at like the cheap stuff, right? Like if you look for like the cheapest loaf of bread, back in 2018, 2019, the cheapest loaf of bread would run you 75 cents, 80 cents. And you know how much that is now? It's $2 now. It's doubled in price. It's like, and that's the cheap stuff. You look at the expensive stuff, it's even more. It is really crazy how inflation has hit the US so hard.
Um, but they're right now they're struggling a little bit with what exactly to attack Kamala with.
Hmm.
Um, I know there was a controversial thing with Trump where he was saying that Kamala wasn't black and that she was Indian because Kamala was going out to a lot of these political rallies and like doing ebonics, which I don't agree with Kamala Harris putting on the fake ebonic accent to pander to the black American crowd. I think that's cringe beyond belief. Um, but yeah, that's what he's attacking Kamala on. Is like, well, Kamala's not even black, and she's pandering to black people by saying she's black. Which Kamala Harris is half black Jamaican, half Tamil Indian. Because her mother was Tamil and her father was Jamaican. So like she is black. She is also Indian, right? Just like how Obama was white and he was black. Everyone called him the black president. He was, yes, he's a black president, but he's also a white president. And then he's also going after Kamala Harris by calling her Comrade Kamala, saying that she wants to institute like communism into the U.S., which I don't think that would ever happen. If anything, Kamala Harris, if you look at her past, she's like closer to being a fascist than a communist. So,
But, and also, how do you see this? Matlab, if it's Trump, then obviously
Should have, if I was Trump, I would have gone with Vivek Ramaswamy. I know probably
yes, I agree. He should have went with Vivek instead of JD Vance, which I know a lot of people were memeing on JD Vance for all that fake information, for that fake news couch stuff that was going on. And how he's a devout like Christian. He was like a what was he? He was a military man, and he's a Christian, like a hardcore Christian. So a lot of people are going after him for that. But I do agree. I think Vivek Ramaswamy would have been a better vice presidential pick for Trump. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I would rather have Vivek be the presidential candidate um, over Trump. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
you wouldn't have gotten the
Hmm.
same amount of votes, but
Hmm.
Vivek Ramaswamy, man, would have destroyed Kamala Auntie.
Oh, yeah. He really would have.
He would have been perfect. He would have been much better than JD Vance, in my opinion.
And just in
Again, we're a minute 40 seconds out from the end of this video, and we still don't know why Kamala Harris is going to be dangerous for India.
case if Kamala Harris comes back to power, how is this for
Yeah.
India?
It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same as the last 4 years. I mean, her political position is going to be very, very similar to Biden's political position. She's in power right now. That's the thing. It's not like it's a newcomer coming in. No, she's in power. She is the vice president. So,
Probably not great for India because, Kamala Chachi,
Chachi.
the
I don't know what
Democrats
that means.
are not anti-India, but they're not a very pro-India either. Whereas Trump was very transactional.
Yeah.
So if Trump was like, okay, you're going to give me this, then fine, I'm happy to be your friend.
Yeah, that is one thing that Trump was always good at, was being, like he said, transactional. Um, he looked at running the country as if it were like a business, right? And I feel like most political candidates prior, and even with like Kamala and Biden, they do look at it like a give or take like political pandering party. Hmm.
So Trump was a lot easier to work with as far as Modi was concerned because Trump is very clear. तुम मेरे को ये दो, मैं तुमको जो चाहे दे दूंगा.
I don't know what he said
So
there.
that's a very easy, equation. But with Kamala, how much power she's going to have, how much power the sort of Democrat deep state is going to have, it's hard to know
Hmm.
because she doesn't have really any foreign policy to speak of. And her foreign policy is kind of all over the place as well.
Yes, it is.
So it
She's just going to adopt Biden's foreign policy. I think a lot of the staffers that are in the Biden party right now are just going to be in Kamala's party. I really don't think it's going to change much.
I think in the grand scheme of things, Trump will be better for India because Trump will be easier to work with.
Hmm. Hmm.
But again, even if Kamala gets elected, it's not great for India, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And again, guys, I hit my mic there. Um, when it comes to like the U.S., the president is more of like a figurehead for the political party, not necessarily like the God, King, Emperor of the United States. Right? It comes down to really the power is in the Senate, the House, and the judicial branches, the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. uh the president is a the figurehead of their political party, and they're the pseudo head of like the middle military, right? Like the military is going to be run by all the generals, but they're like the figurehead, right? And that's just it. The president of the US is the figurehead of the US. He goes and he talks with other foreign powers. um he runs he runs, you know, his political party while he runs the nation. I shouldn't say he, they, because it could be Kamala Harris. So it's like it doesn't even Trump gets it, Harris gets it. It's not really going to change much. What's going to change the outlook of America and the way that America runs and does things, even overseas, is going to be what does the Senate composition look like when it comes to their political party, right? Because you could have, you know, a full-on, you know, Democrat leader, but if you have a full Republican Senate, you're going to have a lame duck president. And if you look back at like Biden, or not Biden, excuse me, Obama, for example, he ended up being a lame duck president in his second term because the Senate and the House Republicans, the House Representatives were majority run by Republicans. So he wasn't able to get a lot of his policies or his political party's policies pushed through. And like the president has like a veto power, but the Senate has a veto of the veto power. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting, right? Like I feel like I don't even know near enough to even like talk on this. I would have to do even more research to be more articulate with it.
US is still going to be the possessive girlfriend.
What?
US is still going to be the possessive girlfriend.
I don't know what he said there.
It's still going to be 100% going to be the possessive girlfriend, even more possessive if Kamala comes into power.
Oh,
Because then
possessive friend, and he said the possessive girlfriend.
they're going to
Okay.
be like, "Ki yaar, you know, we're not. It's not like India is best friends with us. You know, we'll. So if we need to like teach them a lesson, show them their place, then we'll do it. So that we might see more of what happened in Bangladesh if Kamala comes into power.
Oh, wow. So he's equating what is this? White fragility. Okay. Wait, report white fragility author Robin DiAngelo exposes a plagiarist. Wow. Um so he okay, so what's the most important thing was the last thing he said there. And what he said was if Kamala Harris is in power, you're going to see more of what happened in Bangladesh happen in India, which I don't know if I agree with that. That seems like a very far stretch. Interesting. I'm really interested to see what the comments have to say on this. So yeah, we're gonna watch the comments now. Read the comments now. I'm surprised. There's only 26 comments here. That's interesting. Could be, will be. Please call this doctor person onto your podcast. If your wife is an American, how are you not a U.S. citizen? You can easily get a green card on account of being married to an American citizen. True. I've looked into this. Um, you can get a what is not necessarily a green card. What is it called? Oh God. Uh, you need it to God, hold on. No, how embarrassing. How embarrassing that how am I so forgetful? How am I so you need a visa. Is it a visa? I was thinking V and I kept wanting to say veto, but I don't think it was veto. A visa. You can get a like a specific visa to like see and live with your spouse in the US. And you can also, with this specific visa, get like a fast track to becoming a citizen. Your thumbnail, this thumbnail is very dangerous. I clicked on it because of the thumbnail. At least you pronounce her name right. What is Kamala? You did say Kamala Chachi correctly. I don't know what Chachi means. Donald should win. I would say after the attempt on his life up in Pennsylvania, he would have won. But I don't know, man. Like the mainstream media has been full force against him. Brother, make a video in Hindi in comparison to Kamala Harris. We don't care when hundreds of this kind of people came and come and go. What? True, the only thing is that if that Yeti comes to Tom Power, they will interfere and stall Bharat's growth. Bharat. No, it's the leadership which have strong experience in politics can only slow down Bharat. I don't see it in her. Donald Trump is a true leader for American politics who can really make a difference to keep America in a global power game. Kamala is supported by big business and their political influence over the world and in America. Let's see who will win and who has the power to slow down Bharat. Duh, bro, did you marry an American? One. Okay. Not too many replies here. This is a thumbnail is dangerous. Have you noticed Druth Tati's thumbnails floating here in the market? I don't know what that means. No, brother, I didn't see the use. I don't even watch it, but your nationalist YouTubers show your reality. What? Okay, well, that was it. Wow. I thought there'd be more comments, but I thought this podcast was really big. But maybe this is just their like clip channel, because this was just like a clip of the full podcast. So maybe this is just their clip channel. I will be voting Trump. Kamala is a talentless leftist deep state puppet. Trump doesn't need to do anything specific for Hindus in India. The jihadists were on the back door during Trump's presidency. The tangential benefits of that for the Hindus in India cannot be underestimated. He was the least interfering president in my lifetime. Meanwhile, you have Kamala shedding tears for Gaza terrorists and none for Bangladesh Hindus, but still want to capitalize on her Indian heritage. Hashtag never Kamala. Dude, okay, so that's one thing I've noticed. The issue in Bangladesh with the issue with the Hindus being persecuted in Bangladesh, it's not being talked about at all, like on any mainstream news media source, and I just find that very, very odd and very, very weird. I have someone in my Discord who shares links and news articles and like Twitter posts to me about it, and when I go and look up like a mainstream news source here in the US, dead silence. And that's crazy. That's wild to me. So, okay, well, oh, here's another one. See, if you have to sort by new, because some of these, you can see this. So that comment we just read was hidden, but it wasn't fully hidden. Like, you had to go to the new comments to actually see it. I think this is another one right here. She is dangerous to India. Trump is crazy and hard to know what his policies are. Even though he hates China, the Chinese can buy him. Any other consistent Republican is good for India. See, so I hate how YouTube hides things. Like, here's another one. This isn't that big of a conspiracy. It's straightforward strategy. USA's possessive toxic boyfriend. Why does YouTube hide comments? I have to do this on my channel as well, right? Like, it won't. So when you upload a YouTube video, you have a YouTube Studio app or page where you can go and you can see like the statistics, the comments and stuff like that. But it doesn't show you all the comments. To actually see all the comments, you have to go to the video directly. You have to click sort by newest comment and hope that some of the comments are there. Either YouTube will just straight up delete comments sometimes and not show anybody, or they'll hide it under the newest comments on the video and not show it to the person. And I have it where I accept everything, right? Except for some slurs, right? I have some slurs banned automatically. But other than that, I have everything accepted on my comments and links. I don't allow links. But yeah, those two things, slurs and links, I don't allow on my comments, but everything else, it's there. You can do it, but YouTube still hides stuff. It's crazy. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video today. The link to this video that I reacted to will be in the description down below. I'm going to go. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I hope this video doesn't get limited. Ever since I did a reaction to the Silence of the Swastika video earlier in the summer, my channel has been labeled as like hateful content, and all of my videos keep getting limited, and I have to fight with, you know, the review process to get it unlimited, and it's just a huge pain, right? Hopefully this channel doesn't get, or this video doesn't get limited, but it's talking about Trump and Kamala Harris, so it probably will. But yeah, with that, everybody, goodbye. Take care. So long. See you later.